fellas on Telegram, and maybe I'll put it other places. But I told you I'd bring a video to help explain this. And this is Ozzy. He's here to help me on the farm. He actually works in my shop and wants to make some extra money, so say come to the farm. Um, so to understand the absolute, we have to go in stages to it. It's kind of like as above, so below. So if I can explain something on a small scale to you, the below, you can understand it better on a larger scale. And if I keep going with it, we're going to figure out the universe together. And I kind of learned this because I did a lot of diesel electric work, big electromotive diesels on ships, and so I was familiar with fields, like the fields that make your hair stand up. Like if lightning's about to hit next to you and you feel the hair stand up, you're about to understand that. We're going to understand what gravity is. We're going to understand how the brain actually works. I got a daughter who's going to school now. She's 22 to be a neuroscientist, right? Has no clue how the brain works, and when she gets out of college, she ain't gonna know either. I worked on a boat for a neurosurgeon one time, and I asked him, right, nice yacht, nice guy, had a lot of money, and I said, well, where am I? He said, what do you mean? Well, what makes me me? Where is it in here? And he said, that's one of the mysteries we don't know. I can tell you what part moves your arm. I can tell you what will wipe your memory out, but we don't know quite where consciousness is. And, well, I showed you the videos of the shark tooth fairy, and I told you that when they say build your treasures in heaven, it's really because the kingdom of heaven is within, right? It's to put those treasures in other people, in their heads. And that's what the shark tooth fairy did. And so if you get enough people who see you as a good person that you are, a genuine good person, and they love you for what they've done for you, right? That's a lot of energy in the ether that's going to make this make a lot more sense. Now, what we're looking at here is called a Windhurst. Well, they call it the Windhurst machine, but some people call it a static generator. We're going to spin it around here so you can see it, right? If I crank this, and it makes a spark, there you go. See, what I did there was hook up these things. These are called Leyden jars. Right here, that's a Leyden jar. See that? This is a Leyden jar. They're your very first electrical capacitor, right? And it's basically a metal cup separated by originally glass. This one's plastic, and then another metal cup on the outside. These two Leyden jars right here are actually connected underneath with a piece of metal right there. See, it's got a bar on the top, so you can actually take them loose and connect something to it, like a neon bulb or something. And they're connected together. But see, that's just the cups, right? These are the bar are connected to the inner cup. So there's no electrical connection between here and here, right? But let's see. Let's start with, this is very complicated to explain, but once you get it, you're going to get it. You're going to get it. I should just talk to you. All right. Okay. So I'm going to tell you what's happening, and then explain how you're getting it. But the first thing is gravity. A lot of the flat earth people say, well, gravity's density. Yes and no. You have to understand the ether. And it was erased by Einstein with his electrons, neutrons, protons, your periodic table. But that's a bunch of falsity to make something that did make sense maybe mathematically, but it's not what's happening. It's exactly like Tesla said. If you want to understand the universe, you got to think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, because it's really all that's here. Ether is raining down on you 24/7. The denser an object, the more that energy flow impacts it, right? What's making it dense is the frequency of the vibration. And the higher the frequency, the denser an object gets, right? And as this energy is raining down on it, that particle is like 99% empty space, but that energy is what keeps the particle in motion, giving it mass. So you got energy, which is pushing, right? You got vibration, small vibrations, large vibrations, and then you have frequency, the amount of vibrations per second, or hertz. Earth is 7.83 hertz. And that means that lightning hits the ground somewhere on Earth 7.83 times a second. Some people call it the Schumann resonance, right? And what is happening, because that actually proves lightning, and I'm going to show you that there is a firmament because there has to be a surface to charge, and I'll show you. So right here, I have a surface to charge, and the ether raining down on the plates is being wiped off, let's see, by this bar here, which is connected through it to another bar here. It starts building a wave of that ether across here until it exits here and fills up the, let's see where we at, fills up the Leyden jar here. But if I take the Leyden jar and disconnect it, watch the spark. The lightning goes away. You'll hear it, but it's so small, so minimal in like amperage or watts, you know, your kilowatts or gigawatts, that you can't even see it, but you hear it. So when these are gone, because even though you got lightning coming down at 7.83 hertz, that's just because the Leyden jar capacitor has reached its capacity and discharge. But there's a continuous flow, which is what you're seeing here without the Leyden jars, despite that. It's 24/7, and it happens by the sun charging the firmament. The firmament's one big piece. It's a whole. All right? So it don't matter if it's day or night. The sun is keeping that waters above melted out. Right? And which gives us the dome. And so here, I'll just demonstrate that so you can see it. And here we go. We get it. Just like, let me clamp this down. So that, there we go. All right. So, yeah. So there. There you go. All right. Pick that one up for me, Ozzy. Just touch the plastic, not the metal. No. That one right there. Pull it up. Yep. Okay. That's with one Leyden jar disconnected. And there's with two, and you don't see it. But this is making energy on a small scale to give you the idea of the energy that gives you gravity and the effect of the firmament making a capacitor. So what you have is the firmament is one conductive surface. Woo! Capacitors store energy a while. Yeah, it got me good, boy. That made my brain go kick. So the ground is one conductive surface. The firmament's the other conductive surface, right? You also have the mass. Mass is the ground, right? So you're looking at it like this, which, by the way, is how the Tesla Tower worked. That's how it worked. That energy raining down on it was charging the capacitor in reverse, and the mass was a coil, went to a capacitor, right? And you put a capacitor trio and you get an AC current out of it, okay? But back to this point, because this is more important, because I'm about to tell you how your brain works. So the sun, and the two surfaces, the sky or the firmament and the ground, are isolated. Ow! Quit biting me. Here, there you go. They are isolated by the ground, okay, or the ice wall, because the ice is so cold, so cold, right, that current can't pass. It hits it and it stops. It's frozen, right? And that's why ice is ice. The molecules stop moving. They pack together and make ice. You see what I'm saying? And so I'm going to take a break right there a second because I'm getting a phone call. But I can edit two videos together. Hold on. We left off with
Ice wall.
ice wall. That's why I got to help her. So yeah, the ice wall is so cold, energy can't pass through it. So you have two separate conductive surfaces. That's your above. Now I'm going to tell you the below and how you connect to it. The human skull, right, works just like a capacitor. Let me explain it like this. Since you're not here to feel it yourself, I'm going to get this going. You got hair on your arms?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. And they might be able to see it right here. Don't touch it, okay? Don't touch it, because if I keep the gap like this, it's going to arc to here. And just take a hairy part of your arm and just slowly come down until you feel the hairs pull.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the field. And so what's happening here on this field is as we're taking ether raining down off of it, we're sweeping it into the capacitors and it builds up pressure. It starts coming out here and two fields start growing like balls. You don't see them. Well, you can actually if you have Dicenium glass. And I should have brought some out here. Next video. That helped me figure this out too. Dicenium glass blocks white light, and you can see people's aura. Same thing. It's just that aura, instead of being charged by the plates, it's charged by the energy raining down on you, keeping the particles in motion. Okay? But these two balls start growing, and the second they touch, the field collapses, and it does it so fast, that's what makes the flash of plasma shoot across. And see, if you look up this machine, even scientists don't know how it works, because one of the mysteries of the Windhurst machine is which side's positive and which side's negative. That's Einstein mind screwing you. We're creating a pressure imbalance here by sweeping all that energy off the plates, right? They keep these particles, the conductive particles, in motion, separated by plastic, right? So each one builds a field on it that grows and grows until it comes over here and it exits. See, on both sides, it's exiting right here on each side. And so what's happening is that pressure, when these touch, balances back out on the plates. See, it's like taking ether and stretching it apart and it popping back together. We're stretching it apart here, and once it can make a connection, everything balances back. And you can even see it too, because like if I just start spinning this, if it's all discharged, it has to spin a while before the spark happens, right? Because it has to build up. You look at it like water that you can't see, the water above. You can't see it. It's ether. But it makes everything, light, all of it, ether vibrating. All right, so, capacitor's on there. All right, there, see, it took a while. So if I stop, let's do this again. Discharge it, make sure it's all balanced. Plates are balanced. One rotation, two rotations. See, it took me 2 rotations before I could get a spark, which is like 100 of these. You see what I'm saying? I have to sweep it off just like water, push it in here, and when I get all that pressure and it touches, so what's happening is the energy from this side is escaping this way, while the energy on this side is escaping that way. You see what I mean? There is no positive and negative. It's a balance of pressure. All right, now back to the skull. This is how consciousness works. All right, and I figured this out the last time I went scuba diving for shark's teeth. And when I came up, I had an experience, maybe a different video, but I can tell you what it's like to be the all. All right. When it came up, I knew it was the last time I'd go diving. There was something about to happen that I would never dive again. And sure enough, it happened. It was COVID. Get a call from the Port Royal City planner telling me, don't you plan one of them kids hunts? It's a super spreader event. I said, well, you're a dumb motherfucker, but have a great day. So anyway, the skull, as this energy's passing through you. Oh, hang on. I want you to feel it. This is important you know that. Just bring your arm down. I'm going to get it going. Just don't touch it. Yeah, just get your hairy part of your arm down there close. All right? It's going to come right down like this. Here. I feel it right there. Yeah, see, I don't want you to get scared. You know, because the energy is wanting to flow to the other side. But you can see my hair stand up right there. right? And you can feel it. Just feel it there. Get your hairy part of the arm down there. Don't be scared. Just come out slow. You can go a lot closer, but eventually you're going to feel your hair. Let me get it going. You feel your hair? I see your hair standing up.
Yeah.
You might not feel it on a good dry day, though. You'll feel it. You feel it? You're feeling the field. You can't see the field, but you're feeling it.
Yeah.
It means it's there. And you're feeling it way out here.
Yeah.
And then it collapses. Ooh,
Yeah.
dang, keep shocking myself. and it collapses, right?
Yeah.
All right, back to the skull. It's a lot to keep up with, fellas, but it goes way further. I could sit here all day and explain every atom on this earth, right? But let's just get consciousness for now and call it a day. This energy that comes through and hits the top of the skull is making a field just like he felt with his arms. And it's on the parabolic shape, on the exact spot where the Jews wear their little hats. You ponder that a minute. What are they blocking? Source? So that field grows inside the brain. All right, your feet are on the ground, right? Rounded up the spine. Up here in the middle, in between your ears, is the pineal gland, right? It's your other plate. That field grows and discharges. Grows, discharges. When the field on the pineal gland grows from the pine cone shape, so it's like a toroidal. That pine cone shape makes this energy flow in a toroidal fashion through the two hemispheres of the brain, the cholesterol matter, where all your neural network is. And it collapses, and it does it very fast at a much higher frequency because it's a much smaller capacitor than the firmament. And you actually hear it as the ringing in your ears. That's the sound of you, my friend. Okay? That's you. That's the real you. All right? And you're connecting to the real you because you're creating this field frequency. It's called a field frequency. And your neural network is reaching inside the field. You follow me? Neuroscientists don't know this. Try to explain one without a college degree, they won't listen to you either. But that's what's happening, right? And if you had a lifetime experience working with field energies and electromotive diesels, and you have that experience, which if you meditate on it a while, eventually you will, you'll see the mechanism as you're leaving it, okay? And so that connects your arms, your legs to everything. So really, you're not that little tiny drop in the ocean. You're the whole ocean. Drop. Ponder that a while. I don't want to load you too much because I probably already fried your brain. But it keeps going because the field that's in me, it's the field in him. So when Max Egan tells you I'm another yourself, he means it. And people who know. Okay, fellas? So I'm another yourself. Y'all have a great day.